Going on, guys? Today I have 5,000 scrip over 5 of my characters are all maxed out. I'm going to be putting this scrip into legendary 3-star rifles, or ranged weapons at least, hopefully going to get a rifle or two. I do have the fixer plan learned on 1 or 2 of my characters. I have been getting lucky with handmade, so hopefully I get another decent handmade. And if I get a heavy weapon or a pistol, I can move that to my other characters, but hopefully I get something decent. Let's see. Fingers crossed. For the first character, I am jumping on to my Raider character. This character, I believe, has a fixer plan learned, so hopefully I can get lucky. Right now it's showing that I have 0 of anything when I just logged in, but I do have 1,000 on all my characters. And again, I'm going to be rolling legendary ranged weapons. Let's see what I get. Alright, so for the first roll, I did say I wanted handmaids, but in instigating, especially with bash and some of the other things I'm not going too crazy about. Anti-armor pipe pistol, VATS hit chance, and faster movement speed while aiming. Actually, it sounds like a pretty nice pipe pistol. I do know it should sell. I'll probably keep it for my gunslinger character. I'm thinking that VATS hit chance is pretty nice. In terms of accuracy and the faster movement speed, probably going to VATS more than anything, but still a decent one. Hunter's black powder rifle, no, none of these perks interest me at all. Executioner's short handmade. Alright, so now I'm going to say this is a great roll. I'm looking for a handmade, I'm looking for an explosive handmade or a faster fire rate handmade, and I'm looking for something that's not going to be specific to, let's say, robots, super mutants, ghouls, or anything like that. The Executioners is definitely one of those damage boosters that I would like. Let's say even during a queen fight, if I'm using a different weapon, I might switch over to this. If I'm using a character that's spec'd for, let's say, rifles, but at the same time, the damage resist while aiming, I'm going to start messing around with more. I think that's kind of a roll on an item that goes overlooked. Especially, I have the bad habit of reloading after only a few shots depending on what I'm shooting, so I'm going to actually start looking more into saying damage resistance while aiming is pretty good, or reloading, things like that. Hunter's minigun, the less VATS action point cost, not that great on miniguns. It's unfortunate that it's Hunter's. Zealot's minigun, explosive, 25 less VATS action point cost. So again, I would mess around with using this on a queen. My heavy gun character. Again, unfortunately, it seems like you go through VATS so quickly, at least your whole AP bar, when it comes to miniguns or any of those different heavy weapons, so it's not a crazy legendary attribute to get, but again, I'm happy to get a minigun that's explosive. That'll also sell pretty well. Vampires, faster reload, SMG. I mean, when I look for vampires, I almost want something like faster fire rate, but that's still okay. Mutants, Gatling, Plasma, no. 33% VATS hit chance and agility seems like 2 rolls that I would want, but not doing it for me. Mutant Slayers, explosive SMG with agility. So again, I try not to look for specific rolls, whether it's Ghoul Slayers, Mutant Slayers, things like that. But this is definitely a weapon that I wouldn't mind using at Westech just to see how much DPS it really can do specifically towards them, as opposed to being dependent on something like Bloody, Junkies, or different weapons. So this is still a really good roll. I have to move this over to my other character, get the most out of it. And last but not least, a medic's shotgun that I want nothing to do with. Again, vampires is much better than medics. The kind of AoE or how close your teammates have to be to get medics to work for you is kind of not that great. So, got a couple good rolls on this character. Now moving on to my main character. I've saved 1,000 script on this character as well. This is my 417, kind of my well-rounded character that goes between different builds. This character has the fixer plan learned, has the bare arm learned, but again, today I'm not going to be doing any melee, maybe next time. So jumping in, another 10 rolls. Ghoul Slayer's short assault rifle now. Bashing damage, I hate to see it. 2-shot, black powder, again, bashing damage. Nope. Junkie's combat shotgun. Faster movement speed while aiming. VATS crit shots do 50% damage. I'll say this is a decent find. A lot of people also appreciate junkies as opposed to being bloodied, so you don't have to be such low health. You can get a pretty powerful punch from junkies if you have a junkies build. And I guess that crit could be nice. I wish it was something like, I don't know, faster fire rate, explosive, of course, those are the go-tos, but maybe even something like less VATS cost or more accuracy would have been nice. Still a decent find. Grenade launcher, nope, nothing to do with that, please. Yeah, even my heavy guns character has not messed with any grenade launchers or anything like that. I have never found any crazy grenade launcher. I think the best grenade launcher I'd probably look for is like instigating. Speaking of instigating short plasma pistol. 10% damage while aiming and 1 agility. I'll give this to my gunslinger character. I'm not too sure how it is, but I'll give it a shot. Moving on to the Hunter's combat shoddy, VATS hit chance, and less VATS action point cost. This is another example of something that, like, I wish there was more usefulness to, let's say, hunters. It's a very small pool of creatures that you're going to run into that you're really going to use this combat shoddy, and the other 2 perks are pretty good. If it was something like instigating again, or of course looking for bloodied or junkies, and again, speaking of bloodied, faster fire rate, faster reload, bloodied broadsider. So I recently got another, I think, broadsider that was bloodied, but it was reduced weight. I would argue that this one is much better than the last one I got. I've never messed with a broadsider. I'm going to move this over to my heavy guns character, have a little fun with that. Now this railway rifle, again, medics I don't have a huge use for. The less VATS action point cost seems nice, but it's not for me. Zerker's short assault rifle. Lower damage resistance, increases damage dealt. The faster fire rate and the agility are the first 2 things that I notice, and I'm very happy. Zerkers I have not messed too much with. It always seems like I'm going for a higher, defense rating, whether it's through my armor or even my mutations, getting a couple of mutations like scaly skin or grounded. So now thinking maybe if I don't have armor on and maybe I'm in a hazmat suit, I can start getting more use out of berserkers. I'll have to look into that. Another broadsider, a quad VATS hit chance and your crit meter fills faster broadsider. So I'm happy about this. It's not a reload, it's not an instigating, because instigating would be crazy in terms of DPS that could do. But this seems like it could be fun. I've never, again, messed with the broadsider. I'm going to move this over to my heavy guns character. Got a couple interesting rolls. Alright, I guess let's see what else I can get. Alright, now on to my gunslinger character. I will bring a couple of weapons over. Hopefully I can get lucky finding one of the rifles I'm looking for. 2-shot pipe revolver, VATS crit shots do 50% damage. I mean, I can mess with this on this character because it'll get extra damage and then the crit, but I don't know. Mutants, 50 cal, explosive, faster movement speed while aiming. So I prefer miniguns over the 50 cals or even Gatling guns. But the fact that it's explosive and it's going to give me just a little bit more DPS because I am mutated could be okay. Medics, 10 mil pipe pistol. No, I'm not going to use that on this character. I'll script that. 2-shot, reduced weight, bashing damage. I hate to see bashing damage. I have like no use for that. I don't know. I'm just going to. So Vampire's short Gatling gun. All right, I'm actually pretty excited about this. I can give this to my heavy guns character. Looking at the limb damage and the less VATS action point cost, I'll try to be more optimistic and say this could be a great crowd control Gatling gun. Gatling guns by default seem to have a heavier punch even though their fire rate is pretty slow. Less VATS action point cost is going to make sure that every shot is going to also Hopefully build up that meter faster, and then the limb damage can keep them at bay. Ghoul Slayer's short Gamma Gun. I have no use for this. I feel like it's going to be useless on a Ghoul as well. Faster reload, I don't know. I am collecting Gamma Guns, and I have a collection going on this character, but I don't wind up selling that. Assassin's Missile Launcher, I want nothing to do with that, okay? Anti-armor, reduced weight, no. Need something better than that. Terminator's faster fire rate, VATS crit meter fills 15% faster. I mean, if they kept Vault Raid open and they didn't remove that, I could see this being very useful. I can't see myself with this character specifically because I'm trying to have this character play with different pistols. I don't know, the faster fire rate sounds nice for this type of weapon. I don't know, I'm probably gonna have to pass on that too. That'll just collect dust in my stash. And over here we have Troubleshooter's Pipe Revolver, another wasted roll. If it was maybe explosive or I don't know, that's a shame to get the last roll there. Alright, moving on to the next one. Alright, now on to my heavy guns character. This character is 124. I have another 1000 Scrip. I'm going to roll into legendary ranged weapons. I did get a few heavy weapons from the other rolls that I wouldn't mind checking out. Again, I'm still looking for handmaids. This character does not have the fixer plan learn, so if I wind up getting like a decent minigun or something like a 50 cal, I'll test it out before I rule it as not that great of a roll. Alright, 10 rolls. Let's see. Starting off with a Zealot, Harpoon Gun, faster fire rate, no. Not useful for me. Troubleshooter's Pipe Pistol, no. Bashing damage, there's been so much bashing damage tonight. Combat Shotgun, no. Monkey's Minigun, there you go. So talking about crowd control again, that limb damage, that less VATS action points, that's a good combo. I'm aiming at specific limbs. Junkies is also going to make sure that I don't have to be low health, so I can actually be on a tankier side of things. If I do decide to use power armor with this character, I could use that. I actually think this is a pretty solid find right off kind of the beginning of these rolls. Assassin's Bow. So I don't think this is all that great. I like the extra damage while aiming, the agility for the extra, AP, but until they come out with some game mode that you have to use maybe assassin weapons, that's not really that great for me. Bloodied SMG, 33% VATS hit chance, 25% less VATS action point cost. This is a great combo here. So, most of my characters use Bloodied. They can use Junkies as a backup if they need to have high health, but something like that SMG is a great find. Medic's Tesla Rifle. I was mentioning before, I'm not really looking for too many Medics things. I'd rather have vampires. I feel like it's hard to heal other people even if you're standing close to them. But I'm definitely going to try using this Tesla to see if I can make it worth it. Faster fire rate, definitely make sure that you're critting faster on top of the fact that it says your VATS crit meter fills faster. I don't know, maybe like one hit bounces off a bunch of them, then my crit meter fills really quick. I might have to give this Tesla rifle a shot and maybe build my character a little bit differently in terms of the perk loadout that I have. I don't know, I like this. This is intriguing me now. Anti-armor, VATS crit shots, nah. We'd have a couple of those. Ghoul Slayer's, Fat Man, no. Last roll. Quad, short lever, I don't know. I'm excited to see quad things. Lever action fires so slow that I feel like if I'm going to really take advantage of anything, you'd want either faster fire rate, maybe even faster reload, or quad, but I don't know if that one's going to do it for me. Alright, last character. And also for my last character, this character I got to level 50 in the recent double XP event. At the end of this video, I'm going to show off a little bit of what I managed to do. Zealot's Pipe Revolver. This is not how I wanted to start my rolls. That's hit chance, the crit meter, those are great, but I wish it wasn't specific to Scorch. Maybe if it was Ghoul Slayers or Super Mutant, you know, like a Mutant Slayers, that would have been good. Anti-armor, reduced weight, VATS crit shots do 50% damage. I mean, I'll give this to my Gunslinger character, but I feel like I have multiple anti-armor pistols, and then I feel like they really need to also pack a punch. At least this with that extra 50% damage, I don't know, maybe I can make a pretty useful weapon. Stalker, Snub Nose 44, no. Bashing damage, so much bashing damage tonight. Medics Del Barrel, no, you're insulting me. 2-shot bashing damage, why do all these weapons have bashing damage on them? Please help me. 2-shot, this will sell well, but I'm not going to use it. Assassin's Short Handmade Limb Damage, damage resistance while aiming. I'm curious to know how useful this would be. I mean, if somebody's actually PvPing and using this, and then somebody's not using a stealth boy, and you're also crippling them before they can get to you, and if you're also aiming, I don't know. Executioner's SMG, limb damage, no, that's nothing good for me. Only a few more rolls. Ghoul Slayer's Gamma Gun, again, this is now twice that I've gotten a Ghoul Slayer's Gamma Gun. 250 damage resist, nothing. Medic Short Laser Pistol, nope. Alright, last roll, let's see. Please be something decent. 2-shot Railway Rifle, VATS hit chance, and faster reload. Yeah, I'll actually say this is a pretty good find. When it comes to 2-shot weapons, I try to avoid wanting something like explosive, only because 2 shots, depending on how far away you are, can be pretty inaccurate. So if you actually are close, you know, and you don't have, let's say, a dense mod, you don't want to take damage. So that also, that VATS hit chance is going to bridge the gap a little bit between making sure you got your shots. That's actually a pretty good find. That's a pretty good way to close off on this character. Now that's 50 weapons. Did get a few decent things. Pretty happy with what I got. I guess each character got at least one thing each that was a pretty good find, and a few decent ones. I don't know. Not a complete bust. Testing out all these different things has opened up my eyes to other builds and how to play the game different ways. So again, I'm going to keep looking forward to doing these. I do hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the information that I'm providing, and hope you guys look forward to more. Alright, so now this is my level 50 character. This was my mule. I moved a bunch of stuff to this character. It was maybe level 20 or something like that around double XP weekend. I got it to 50. I moved 4 out of 5 pieces for a weight reduction set, and I've been able to condense thousands of pounds into a very manageable thing between my armor and the perks that I'm using. So I'm going to get one more item to finish this off, and I'm going to keep collecting. I'm going to keep hoarding different weapons.